Hey everybody, alvin1777 here, and I'm here with Winning Elemental Heroes Part 4. Part 5 will be right after this. I want to show you my deck skeleton. Well, not a deck skeleton, my deck, the way I used Destiny Confirmed deck. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. First off, you have to have the heroes. You have the Stratos, 2 Ocean, 2 Diamond Dude, 1 Dunker, and 2 Malicious, which rounds out the hero engine. Now, Stratos, he's obvious. I don't have to explain him. Oceans give you access to zeros, and his effect is actually not that bad. Like, you have a Stratos in the graveyard, during your standby phase, you can add it to your hand, so you can summon it again and get another addition to your hand, so you're pretty much plussing. It's like an easy way to plus, so, you know. Pretty good. Diamond Dudes give you access to more, to activate a spell card. His effect is really good. The only problem is, sometimes if you main, like, quick plays and continuous spell cards, his effect won't work, because they won't work on them. They'll only work on normals. So it'll be something like Monster Reborn, or Dark Hole, or Destiny Draw. Makes him really good. Dunker. Now, most people either use Fearmonger or like Plasma or something. I use Dunker. Dunker is actually not that bad of a card. He's 17 defense, and most people playing Tengu plant, so they're either going to summon Thunder King or Tengu. If they summon Thunder King, he's just there for defense. If they summon Tengu, you set him, they flip him up, there's even defense. Not only that, but his effect is really good. Let's say you have a Malicious in your hand and you don't want one in your hand. You have one in your deck, but you don't want the one in your hand. You use his effect to send it to the graveyard to give your opponent 500 damage, and then you can set up your other plays from there. And then the Malicious are here because they're malicious, and you can do funny things with him. Plus, you can Destiny draw him into the graveyard, which is really good. Next monster up, Double Caius. People are thinking, well, why are you running Caius? Caius is an out. That's it. He's an out. You can use the Malicious effect to special summon him, to special summon this guy, and then you tribute this guy for Caius to remove your monster. I mean, sure, Warning's running around now. It's not the best play, but it's a good play to get rid of stuff. Or it's a good play to force people to use Warning, and so instead of using it on your Miracle Fusion, they use Warning Stardust or whatever, so it's not that bad. Then you have the Diva engine. I run 3 Divas and a Sky Star. The reason why I run Sky Star is for the simple fact that I used to run Spine Guiltman. Spine Guiltman, every time he came out, got bottomless because his effect activates when it's summoned. So it becomes a 1700 beta, which makes it bottomlessable. And I didn't really like that. I didn't really like that fact. And Skystar gives you access to a tornado because he's a wind and not a water. So his effect is really good too. He can attack directly, and you can banish him at the end phase, and he comes back in the next phase. So you can just keep attacking and removing, attacking and removing. The best part is you can't warning his effect because of the fact that he's not being summoned to the field. He's being placed. So you can't really warning him. Deep Sea Diva gives you access to Gachi Gachi, or level 5 Synchro, or level 8 Synchro, depending on the circumstances. But yeah. Next up, 2 Snowman Eater. Snowman Eater is a good first turn set. You set it, they attack, destroy their monster that attacked them with this card. So it's really good. And it gives you more access to 0. Plus it's a 1900 wall, so Thunder King will have a problem getting over it. Gale, self-explanatory. You have things. That's what you do. Gale, half, swing over, you know, that type of. And the last card is Sangan. Since most of the cards, there's like 3 cards in here that aren't 1500 or less, but Sangan searches them all out. Sangan can be comboed with Destiny draw plays and lots of other stuff, so Sangan's really good. And before anyone asks, no, there's no tour guide in this build because this is like a budget-esque deck. Because most of the cards in here are cheap. Most if not all the cards in here are cheap. Divas aren't cheap if you buy the super ones. So now we go to the spells. We'll do the draw engine of the deck first. So we got 2 duality. Duality sets up plays, and it gives you access to your backfield and your Miracle Fusion, so you can set up next turn plays. Then you have the Destiny draws. Destiny draw gives you more draw power without the sacrifice of special summoning, and you can pretty much go off from there, especially if you Destiny draw Malicious and you draw into Diva and especially if you draw into Diva and or a Miracle Fusion, you can go off from there. So it's really good draw plays. Now for the hero versions, the hero cards, you play 3 Miracle Fusion. You have to in this deck. It's a necessity, and there's 1 in each rarity, so it's ultra, rare, and then common. I want more of the ultra ones though, because the ultra ones do look pretty. 1 mass change, because you won lots of water monsters, because you won lots of ways to access 0. You can run mass change in here. Mass change is really good. You tribute a hero monster, and you get another hero monster with the same attribute. So you would most likely, in this deck, since you're summoning 0 so much, you get Vapor. You run these to the amount of the mass tiers you have in your extra deck. So if you run 1, you only want to run 1, because if you run 2 of these, sure, you'll draw it more, but the thing is, it'll be dead sometimes. Then you have the Future Fusion. Future Fusion is a Foolish Burial. It dumps stuff. That's pretty much all you really need to dump. Then you have the stable cards. You have Dark Hole, Book of Moon, the 2 Spaces, the Monster Reborn, and the Heavy Storm. You also have this card, Enemy Control. Enemy Control is good if you want to get rid of like big synchros, like tribute them off or something. Or if you want to do a funny 0 play with this, you can. It's funny. Especially if you target someone Stardust, then their whole field gets wiped, and you tribute the Stardust for cards removing their backfield, and do a whole bunch of other funny shenanigans with it. Or you can just Miracle Fuse with it. So that's the spells. Traps, 2 bottomless. Good for people who don't have warnings. Compulsory, good for synchros and exceeds. 2 Call the Haunted to make your plays even more outrageous, or to defend yourself in some cases. Torrential. And Torrential is the last card. If you don't have anything on the field except for like a Gachi and they summon a whole bunch of crap, as soon as they summon their last thing, you play Torrential. You just remove an Exceed material off your Gachi, and then they pretty much lose out. And now for the extra deck. 1 level 5s, 1 Gishlodon, and 1 Android. The reason why I'm playing these 2 is because Librarian and Catasta are in my other deck. This is just for people who don't have money to get Catasta or a Librarian. These are pretty good safe options because you can get a level 2 and level 3 pretty easily with this. And with Android, you gain life points at the end phase, so you know, it's pretty good. And this gives you access to the Shining if it gets destroyed. So the 1 level 6 I have in Flame Uraquizas, I would have Brionic in here, but again, this is just a budget version, and my Brionic's in the other deck. Armor Master. Armor Master because you have Gale and you have level 4s in here, so you have access to this at any time you really want to. Really good pickup card. Now we have level 8s. So we have Stardust Dragon, Staple, Darkened Dragon. You run Malicious, so this is actually pretty easy to bring out all the time. And then you have Red Dragon Archfiend. You could run Colossal Fighter in here too. You could also run Thought Ruler. You have a lot of options in level 8s that you can go to. Scrap Dragon, but I don't have a Scrap Dragon. That's actually one of the cards I need to get traded to me, but you know. Then you have Exceed. You have 2 Utopias because you run lots of level 4s. So Utopia is pretty good. Protect yourself for a turn or 2. and this gives you access to the Shining as well. Leviathan. You have enough level 3s in here to do it, like Gale and the Snowman Eater or something like that. So, you know. Then you have Gachi. Gachi is known as big ass nigga because he'll sit on his 2200 defense wall on the first turn and he'll just sit there most of the time. Then we have this fusions. We have Vapor, 2 zeros, and a Tornado. I'm glad we're going to make this a Shining instead of Chimera Tech, because I don't really like Chimera Tech in being in an extra deck, even if I'm siding in Cyber Dragons. I really don't like this card. I'm thinking about just changing it to a Shining or something, just so I have extra outs, because like I said, in the Synchro and the extra board, I have enough to make it so possible. So you know, it's really good, and I think that would be a better addition. So that's the deck, everybody. Right, that's the deck that we have here for you today. Destiny confirmed has been confirmed. The Destiny has been confirmed, so you now know what the deck sort of looks like. You can make your own tech choices. You could run Spine Guiltman, you could run Gishki Diviner, you can run any other tech choices that you want. This is just an outlook. And I showed you some of the cards you can main deck in this deck. So, you know, try your luck, play with it, have fun. Do whatever you can. I'm on Dueling Network. My name's LuffyLaxer on Dueling Network. So go ahead and look me up. I'll play against you with anything, you know. We laugh, have some laughs or whatever. But yeah, for everyone here, alvin1777 saying peace out and see you on DN.